some people only realize your worth after they lose the version of you that kept trying. They do not miss you when you are explaining. They do not value you when you are forgiving. They do not fear losing you when you keep coming back. But when your energy changes, when your silence becomes real, when you stop giving them the same access to your heart, something begins to happen. They start remembering the patience they took for granted, the love they ignored, the chances they wasted, and the version of you they thought would always stay. Bad times. By the time they finally realize your worth, you are no longer the same person who needed them to see it. This is the psychology of why some people realize too late. One reason some people realize too late is because they mistook your patience for permission. They thought because you stayed quiet, you were not hurting. They thought because you forgave them, the damage had disappeared. They thought because you kept showing up, there was nothing they could lose. But patience is not the same as weakness, and silence is not the same as acceptance. Sometimes a person stays patient because they still believe the connection can be repaired. They give another chance, not because they have no standards, but because they still have hope. But when someone keeps taking that patience for granted, something begins to change inside you. You stop expecting them to understand. You stop waiting for the apology. You stop explaining the same wound. And slowly, the patience they once depended on turns into distance they never expected. Another reason some people realize too late is because they never believed you would change. They thought your kindness would always sound the same. Your patience would always return. Your forgiveness would always open the same door. And your heart would always make room for them, no matter how many times they made you feel small. So they kept giving less. They kept listening less. They kept noticing less, because in their mind, you were still the person who would stay, the person who would explain, the person who would soften first. But people do not stay the same forever. Pain can change someone quietly. Disappointment can make someone stop reaching, and repeated neglect can turn the warmest person into someone who no longer has the energy to keep trying. This is what they did not understand. They were not losing you all at once. They were losing you slowly. Every time they made you feel alone, while you were still standing right beside them. One of the painful things about people who realize too late is that they often notice your change, but not the pain that created it. They notice when you become quieter, but they do not remember how many times they ignored your words. They notice when you stop reaching out, but they forget how often you were left reaching alone. They notice when your warmth feels different, but they do not count the moments that slowly made you colder. And this is why they may act confused. They may ask, "Why are you different now? Why are you distant? Why do you not care like before?" But the truth is, you did care like before. For a long time, you cared while being misunderstood. You cared while being ignored. You cared while slowly breaking inside. And by the time they finally noticed the change, They had already missed the pain that caused it. Have you ever changed because someone ignored your pain for too long? Did they notice the change, but never understand what caused it? Share your experience in the comments. When some people realize too late, they are not always missing who you are now. Sometimes they are missing the version of you they failed to protect. The version that answered with patience. The version that explained with hope. The version that still believed things could become better. They miss the warmth, but they forget how often they made you feel cold. They miss the softness, but they forget how many times they forced you to become strong. They miss the way you used to care, but they forget how long you cared without feeling cared for. And this is where regret begins. Because they are not only losing your presence, they are losing the version of you that once trusted them with your heart. But that version does not disappear suddenly. It disappears quietly, in small moments, in unanswered pain, in repeated disappointment. The hardest part about realizing too late is that understanding does not always bring someone back. Sometimes they finally understand what they ignored. They finally see the patience they wasted. They finally feel the absence they once thought would never come. But by then, something inside you has already shifted. You may no longer feel the same need to explain, the same hope to repair, the same desire to be chosen by someone who had every chance to choose you before. And this is not because you stopped caring overnight. It is because caring without being valued slowly changed you. It taught you that love should not require begging. It taught you that love should not require begging, and that being understood should not come only after you become silent. So, when they finally realize your worth, you may not hate them. You may not want revenge. You may not even want an apology anymore. You may simply understand that some people realize too late, because you finally realized yourself first. Sometimes people do not lose you because you stopped caring. They lose you because they cared too late. And by the time they finally understand your worth, you have already learned how to see it yourself. For more videos about psychology, human behavior, and self-worth, subscribe to Zin Insights.